Hey, this is Dan, one of the other members of the NLT team, and my first review will be Resident Evil Degeneration. I thought I'd pick that as, bridges the gap between games and films, obviously. So, plot. Following the events of the, first couple of games, everything going tits up in Raccoon City, Umbrella has gone under because everyone was like, oh yeah, by the way, they're evil. What took them so long to figure out, I'm not quite sure, but there you go. There's another company that's sort of appeared, Will Farm, and people are boycotting it and protesting because they think, oh, it's another chemical company, things are going to go fucking shit, and they're thinking they're trying to cover up Raccoon City and they're scared of more bioweapons. So the activists are all sort of getting up in their space and shit like that, and I'm not really sure why, because they don't like bioweapons, but their course of action was to release the T-virus. It's clever. But, yeah, they release it in a plane/airport and everything summarily goes a bit tits up. It then reunites the little team from Resident Evil 2 of Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield. They soon get back together and decide to team up and find out what's going on and get to the bottom of it all. Pretty much standard Resi from there, right? A few plot twists, a turn there, and it culminates in the big squishy obligatory tyrant monster, which, oh shit, it's coming after us, let's kill it, it's dead. No, it's not. Oh, it's bigger now. Yeah, I know how death makes things stronger. People have obviously never seen a real dead person before, or if they have, it got back up and tried to eat them. Anyway, they eventually take the tyrant out with a very convenient sort of environmental kill, which probably got them bonus XP. So, then it pretty much ends as well as it can be in a Resident Evil thing. There's always some lurking evil, whether it be another monster or David Cameron, or I said another monster. That's right, we're doing political satire as well. Oh yeah. So, impressions of it. It fits in well as part of the Resident Evil universe, and by that I mean into the timeline and established events itself, and just the whole atmosphere and feel of it. I mean, the story, it slots in between the games and in the story, making it canon, rather than the sort of loosely based, bastardized events that are live action films. And atmosphere-wise, just the whole, that sort of distinctive Resi style of the cutscenes, it works it well and it pulls you in, and the god-awful voice acting is there as well, which makes it feel more Resi, because, let's be honest, they're more wooden than a fucking shed, aren't they? But in most animations that would be a bad thing, but for a Resi that makes it all feel part of the experience more, and it pulls you in. And if you're a proper fan like me, I kept expecting the cutscene to end and having to pick up a joypad and go and find some fucking obscure key kept in somewhere you'd never keep a key, as is the Resi fashion. The story is, well, it's not bad, it's a good story as Resis go, but they do draw on a lot of horror film stereotypes, such as how have none of these people, despite the fact they're all aware of what happened in Raccoon City, none of them seem to know that you shoot a zombie in the fucking head. You got this bodyguard at the beginning, zombies coming towards people, they're eating people, what does he do? He just plugs it in the chest a few times, then he gets shocked when it kills him. And I was thinking, well, you fucking deserve it, you dirty bastard. How have these people never even seen a zombie film? If you go out to anyone in the world and go, you got a gun, there's a zombie, what do you do? None of them say kneecap it unless they're really special. They'll say shoot it in the head. Unless you want to torture it for a bit, but might be me. I don't know, I'm weird. And then it kind of drags on to the not so much horror stereotypes, just the, if there's American characters and a solitary British character, betcha by golly wow that British guy is going to be bad. You just get a vibe off him, and yeah. and not only that, but he is so stereotyped. I mean, you could have a Paddy wearing a green suit, green hat, little black leather shoes with a gold buckle, swilling Guinness while sitting on a pot of gold with a pig under one arm, tickling it, wishing he had tatties, and he'd go, "That Brit, he's a bit much there, you know." So, I wonder how many negative comments we'll get about that impression. Well, we'll see. And, yeah. On the other character flaws, the SRT, I think they call the Special Response Team, or whatever the hell. The main guy, I swear they just watched, you know, some Killzone 2 trailers, because he's just the stock jock, you know, he looks just like Sev. He's got that mohawk, he's very sort of in your face, and he is so oorah it hurts. I mean, even after being told very sort of forcefully by Leon to shoot them in the head, there's a whole room from him. What does he do? He wades in and hip fires his M4, not even trying to get a headshot. He just sprays like a motherfucker, and then he's shocked that they're not dead. He deserves everything that comes to him, and I laughed my ass off when he got it. Not want to give away what happens, but I think you can probably guess. Oh yeah, by the way, bonus points to me, because it turns out the Brit works for Will Farm, so you can just know that's going to go tits up and have something to do with it. Well, what else is there really say about it? Leon is the most wooden character in it. They're all, you know, a bit either overacting or wooden, but Leon is the worst of the worst. He's like they've just got a mannequin and occasionally poked it to make it, you know, seem animated. By the way, I want someone who sees this video, don't know why I looked there, there's no one there, to send me a medal, because I got it right. In the first time I saw the Brit, turns out he's evil, like full on. I'm not going to give the plot away, that I suppose gives a major bit of it away, but you know, I'm rather proud of myself. It wasn't a difficult assumption to make, but I got it spot on. He's an evil bastard. Yeah, apparently between drinking cups of tea we like to take over the world. I know I do. Right, yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say. I know I'm repeating myself now. There's the sort of stock member of the SRT who's had a troubled past, and lo and behold has links to the bad guys, and then there's a whole emotional turmoil on where her allegiances lie, as there are in most horror things, let alone Resident Evil. Oh, special mention to the main lol of the film, when the first plane sort of crashes down and you think, I know what's in there. Door opens, zombies. It's brilliant. It just flops out. I mean, me describing it's not going to make it seem very funny, but if you see it, the way he just plonks out of there, I cackled like insanely, too much for what was there. It was a disproportionate reaction, but I couldn't help but thinking, you know, it was probably a Ryanair flight. They meant to crash directly into the, you know, gate, but they went outside a bit, away from the stairs. You know what Ryanair are like, they can't even do an apocalypse properly. So, yeah, out of 10 I'd give it a 8, because it's not a bad film. I didn't hate it, it was good. It fits in with the Resi storyline, it pulls you into the sort of atmosphere of it. The story is good, it's got relatively decent animation, it's just hampered by a bit of dodgy voice acting and cliche plot bits. But on the whole, it's a good film, and if you're a fan of the Resident Evil series, I'd say go watch it, because it does fill in a few bits that you don't actually find out in the games, and there is a big sort of twist at the end. I'm not going to give it away, but yeah, that's about all I have to say on Resident Evil Degeneration. My next review is probably going to be a game, and I think it's probably going to be Assassin's Creed 2 plus the downloadable content, so look out for that, because I'm sure, you know, the whole reason people go on the internet is just to find out what I'm up to. I've sort of convinced myself of that since the last, you know, video I did. I said it then, I'll say it again, you know, I'm important. People want to know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'll stop rambling, because this has probably gone on much longer than Will's, and he was, you know, sort of rambling himself. So, yeah, see you till next time.